Poddy time. The 700th episode this year.
Absolutely.
What's happening?
Not much. Looking forward to getting back and talking to the people.
Yeah. So, this was at one point a fantasy football podcast, wasn't it? The Gidley Gang podcast.
It was, I think, in 2021. I think it was. Yeah.
We had a good run. We kicked off in 2020. 2021 that was as well. 22 was very
dog shit.
Very hit or miss. Mostly miss. And then I think we only did one episode between the two of us, and it was like a pre-season. Yeah.
We have talked about we're gonna try and change that now.
Yeah,
and that's why we're here.
Yeah, I know. I mean, well, like, to be fair, we were like losing so horribly that
True, we had nothing to talk about.
There's a lot to cry about. Commiserate each other. So this is going to be the off-season poddy. Really it's just me and Toto jumping on to catch up and talk shit. But we'll record it for no reason, for like two or three people to watch. And we're just
I'll watch it, don't worry about that.
Absolutely. They've all got very important lives, 100%. So I'm sure they'll be all over it. But so we're going to structure this one around childhood sporting stories. So, first of all, Toto, were you any good at sport growing up, or?
I was all right. Yeah. I enjoyed it. Yep. I only played for fun, but I didn't like to win, so it was pretty boring. But
what a crock of shit.
Yeah. No, I was a pretty bad sport actually growing up, as you may well very know.
Yeah. You weren't.
It hasn't changed a great deal, but it's a little better.
No, you were not a fan of having a bunch of loser deadbeats on your team.
No.
If you weren't in the winning team, you weren't having a good time. So.
I've got some stories to tell about that too.
Oh, well, I hope so. We've got a bit of a podcast to fill out. I got a 1 litre water bottle, Frank Green, so I'm obviously a performance athlete who likes to stay hydrated. So
I'm drinking rum, so
fair. Yeah, well,
it's been a tough career.
Different athletes cope in different ways. All right,
True.
well, I mean, you sounded like you had some stories to tell, mate. Like,
just on that point you made about like if the right people weren't on my team, I didn't play.
Yeah.
I practiced shit. There was one story. I actually played basketball. When I first started playing basketball, I went with my cousin, who is not very athletic, and I'd never played before.
Your cousin that I'm at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long time ago. Jared will know him. His name's Chris.
Yeah, I remember.
Anyway, we went and played basketball at Milton, and Sned's Chris was there playing. And like, there was heaps of other kids, and anyway, I was really good at it. But then I only liked it when I was playing with the people that I wanted to play with. And I remember one particular day, I just went, nah, stuff ya, because they moved me to play with the kids that weren't very good, so that it was fair, and I didn't want that. I just wanted to dominate and just destroy everybody. So I sat out and didn't play.
Yeah, right. Took your ball.
Cracked the shits. Yeah, Sneds had to deal with it, and he probably doesn't remember, but yeah, he had to carry the team that day. Sorry,
that would have been good practice though for like years later, when you were playing basketball and you were paired with less skilled players.
Yeah. I played basketball with Riley Russell, so
yeah. Oh fuck! I was referring to myself.
Oh yeah, but that was later on though.
Yeah. Russell probably be better at basketball these days.
We had a great fun side. We were the Raptors at one point. It was me, Rhett, Scott McDonald. Is that his name? Scott. He was in our grade. Scott. What was his last name? Curly.
Crispy Curls.
Crispy Curls. Yeah, he used to play Riley Russell.
Yeah.
I think Chad, Brett's brother, played at some point.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was fun. But yeah, that was early on. That was like year 7, year 8.
Yeah. No.
before I moved on to play with someone else to actually win some games.
Fair enough. What about high school football at lunchtime recess? There was a few wild ones there.
Those are the days, mate. I tell stories about it still to this day. They're not allowed to do it anymore.
Are they? You can't
Kids
play.
can't play. They can't play ball sports on the oval.
You're joking.
No.
I wouldn't even fucking. I'd tell my mum to unenroll me.
I tell my mum. That'll fix it.
Like that was all I did when we went to school.
I know. I numerous times missed lunch just to play football. Extra 5 minutes of footy.
Yeah, you had like a notorious cutout pass that you threw, or like a bullet pass or something.
I still do. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. But like, I think you threw one. No, was it? Or I can't remember. Somebody broke their finger from a bullet.
Yeah,
pass.
me. I broke my finger.
Yeah. Because you didn't drink enough milk, so you fucking.
Yeah, Jared Roberts.
Yeah, Jared Roberts.
I was literally 2 meters away from him and he threw a bullet pass from dummy half. And it just hit the end of my finger and it went like...
Oh, shit.
Completely sideways.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I said to him, is there something wrong with this? And he just goes, oh, yeah, there's something wrong with it. So he was actually practicing to be an ambulance officer as well back in the early days. So, yeah.
Yeah. You were ahead of the time. He couldn't quite help you out there.
No, he didn't, but I'm sure he could now. But
yeah. I got dragged along to a Super Rugby game a few years ago. It was like free tickets, and I think I was sitting in the stands and I put like a story up on Instagram, and then Jared like saw it and goes, "Are you at the game?"
Oh yeah,
he was on the other side of like Combank.
I remember that. Yeah.
So
you wouldn't want to. You wouldn't want to pay for Super Rugby tickets, so lucky
God, no. I was explaining to Grace the other day how Super Rugby is just completely dead sport in Australia. Just your rugby union.
Yeah, it is dead.
Yeah, that's a different Poddy. Oh mate. Speaking of rugby union, I'll never forget the time that we played rugby union.
Oh, I'd never forget it either.
At high school.
Yep. You scored 5 tries that game.
It was at the first ever game.
Yeah, it was our first game, mate. We had no idea what we were doing. I was the goal kicker for some reason.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, you shaped one from in front.
I did. I remember the training session the day before we played. We had a training session, and Mr. Lees was the coach, if you remember, or Mr. Murdoch actually.
Yeah.
And he says, "All right, who wants to goal kick?" And he pretty much lined up like 5 of us. Whoever nails this gets to goal kick. And I literally just nailed it from the sideline randomly. And I had to goal kick. And I missed every kick in the game.
You peaked.
Even the one from in front.
You peaked early on that one.
I did.
Yeah.
Never goal kicked again.
No. I reckon that was kind of like, that was the good times, because that was obviously a sport we knew nothing about. They wanted to make a rugby team. And all the people that played professional league didn't want a thing to do with it. So
I played scrum half. I think you were like inside centre or outside centre.
I felt like I was second row.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I remember you scoring 5 tries. So
yeah, good.
You're just literally dragging people along.
Just busted through. I only a couple like 80-meter runs down the field. And I didn't have any pace. Like I was saying the other week to someone that like in like primary school I used to be like the second or to third quickest in like the school year. Got all the fucking ribbons, and then I reckon when I got to like high school, it was just like everybody just.
You know what the problem was there? We got to high school and a kid named Scott Best came along, and
he came along at the end of
public school. He was like year 6, and then everyone's like, "Oh well, we all suck now."
Yeah. He was like the dude that was good at everything.
We played basketball, and like we had a rep trial day.
Yeah.
I actually had already been picked for the team, and a few other players had already been picked, so we didn't have to play. But I remember we were playing, and Scott had never touched a basketball in his life.
Yeah,
and
so
he made
he was fucking amazing.
He was ridiculous. We had you know how you do like possibles, probables at the end.
Oh yeah.
It's like he made the probables team, and he'd never played basketball before.
Yeah.
and just made the rep side. So it's just incredible. It was ridiculous how good he was at everything.
Yeah. Fucking show off.
I don't know.
So
Ruined my high school aspirations, but that's cool.
you were like, there were like a gun sporting star award or something. I don't know. There's like a darts for education or whatever, but
I think he got that too. But anyway,
you ended up being schoolhouse captain at some point, so you were up there.
yep, public and high school. Thank you.
Yeah. I think I stopped caring about athletics carnivals around year 8. So
Yeah, that was pretty much my role, was to get people to turn up, and that was hard.
yeah, you didn't do a good job on me. I'll tell you that much. I got a good one. I just kind of was trying to talk about think about footy ones, but also like I remember that was that Chris Norton injured Jack. Did he like tackle him or like I don't like he messed up? Like Jack broke his leg or something, right?
I don't know, but I can remember something. I remember a story with Jack. There's plenty of stories with Jack, but I remember there was a story. Jared Roberts said to Jack Elwyn, Jack, he said, hold my leg. So he's holding his leg, right? Just try and picture this.
Yeah.
So he's holding his leg and he says, Jack, duck when I go to kick you. So Jared went to flight, like jumped and side kicked him, like you do like a kick to kick him in the head.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jack didn't duck, and Jared just smashed him with the side of the head. And it was the funniest thing I've ever seen. And he just goes, Jack, you didn't duck, dude.
Why was Jared practicing his martial
I don't know.
skills?
I don't.
Yeah. But
It's just one of those things you just never forget seeing.
no, fuck. I'm a bit upset I missed that one. If I need a time machine so I can travel back and witness that in person.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but I was like, because like Jack broke his like arm or leg or something, and he
Definitely broke his leg.
He just signed up for a year of soccer, so he paid for that, and then everybody was just like, it was one of those like things where the whole group all of a sudden is just like, yeah, nah, fuck off, you're out of here, and like kicked Chris out of the group.
Survivor style. Just voted him out.
Yeah, it was basically like, get fucked, mate. You just broke his like. But I it was probably like an accident in hindsight.
Oh yeah, I think we let him back in.
Yeah,
a few years later.
I think he came back around to play some footy every now and then.
Man, we were brutal.
Yeah, but I remember Lawsy. I don't know if you remember this one, but Lawsy had the ball and he used to just like dick around.
Did he ever?
So he would like, there was one point and he was running side to side. And he's like, literally, like he's got the ball, he's just going side to side and he's not going anywhere. And
he had the best step ever.
Yeah.
He could literally step anyone.
Yeah, this one he thought he was David Peachy and he was just running side to side. And I had like a short temper and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, mate? Like, and I put my arm out as he was going past and I fucking coat hanged him. It was like, and it was like so unexpected, and he just went off his feet and he landed on he just got.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, and then like he was naturally like fucking upset, as he had every right to be,
Yes.
so that could have potentially been a punch on, but it wasn't. So, but yeah.
Far out. Do you remember we used to like the indoor cricket centre?
Yeah. Of course. Glory days.
I was talking to Maddie Snedden on Saturday.
Oh yes.
And we were talking about how much time we used to spend at that place. Like, there's literally, when the cricket season was on, I'd play junior cricket on a Monday, train for outdoor cricket on a Tuesday, play senior cricket on a Wednesday at the centre. We'd play something else on a Thursday, and then we'd do soccer, indoor soccer on the Friday, the old Covo Stripes.
Yeah. I think I was talking to Red about that a couple weeks ago. We were talking about the Covo Stripes. So
quality team.
That was a bloody tragedy when that got shut down.
Oh, ridiculous.
$1 was never the same.
No. Like we used to spend like we used to walk up from school and spend like go home at like 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Like almost 3 days a week, 4 days a week.
Yeah, definitely.
Now your kids aren't allowed to walk home because they'll get bloody abducted or something.
Yeah, well, a lot of unsavory characters in Ulladulla.
I know.
No, I remember before like we had our own soccer team. I think originally the first time I went it was indoor soccer, and then we did indoor cricket, and then and then obviously we had the Covo Stripes. But I remember going up to like one day, and I might have been like 11 or something, and it was my birthday, and they threw me in a goalie, and maybe like five minutes into this. Yeah, maybe 5 minutes into this game, somebody takes a shot on goal, and I just fucking get smashed in the face, like right in the schnoz with a soccer.
You would have been wearing glasses too at that point, wouldn't you?
Nah, this was pre-glasses. And
okay.
Yeah, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what? Happy birthday.
That's so good.
I was like, soccer ball to the face. Thanks a lot.
And they weren't really soft, those balls. Like when you hit them, them. Like they were hard balls.
No. I often think I want to do indoor soccer again. Like I would have
like futsal.
Yeah, I would have kept playing like if the centre didn't shut. Like I remember being I was quite good at it.
You were always good at soccer, but like you used to play outdoor soccer for a little bit.
Yeah.
Did you used to play outdoor soccer?
Yeah, I quit. I was like, I didn't want to like play on the weekends, and then I ended up going back and spending my weekends playing cricket. But yeah.
Speaking of cricket, I remember the day you scored that 50. Remember you scored a 50 off like 18 balls?
Yeah.
At Lighthouse or something?
Yeah, cracker. Yeah. That was when I peaked as far as that was cricket.
Your best game ever.
Yeah. And yeah, because that was like basically like Tyler Garden had destroyed them, and we didn't force the follow on and like bowled them out or whatever. So I think we were batting again, and and like Tyler had gone in again, and he'd, it was 50 and you had to retire.
Yep, that's right. Yep.
But yeah. The funny thing is that when I went out there, I was opposite like Samantha Hennes.
Yeah.
And she nearly got me run out on like 2 or 3. Like
that's the worst, eh?
Like the fielders should have, but they were just they'd absolutely fumbled the bag. It was one of the biggest calamities you've seen in fielding history. But
for people that don't know, we were in the same grade, but we didn't play cricket together. Like we started playing from like under 12s, and we probably played for 5 years in junior cricket.
Yeah, it was a weird split. Like because I was born in September.
Because you were born in September, it was an August cut-off, so you had to play lower, and I had to play up. Well, not up, but I played in our year, but you played lower. So realistically, you got an extra year of junior cricket.
Yeah, it's true.
But we had some gun cricket sides. Like your team was so good. We always talked about playing like your team versus our team.
Yeah.
And what would happen? Like, there were some good players in our teams. My team was. Yeah, go.
I think Tyler would have carried us a bit.
See, Tyler was supposed to play with us, but John Dowse got him to play with you.
Right.
Dowsey.
Yeah.
Dowsey.
Good bloke. Back to my like.
I think he's in prison now, but anyway.
Oh God. Jesus Christ.
Stalking Tyler Garden.
That's what happens when you lose too many games in the season as coach. Straight to jail.
Yeah.
But like, so Sam Hernandez nearly got me run out, and then like she obviously didn't, and then I did a straight cover drive, and the bowler's nicked it and it's gone onto the stumps, so she's got run out. She's gone off. She's got tears in her eyes. I was like, it's fucking cricket. It's like a shit way to get out. But why are we crying? And then I smacked him around.
I would have cried. I would have thrown me a bat and everything.
Yeah. But I remember one kid, we were down at, is it Frogs Hollow? Is that the one in Milton? And
there's a showground in Frogs Hollow.
Yeah. We had Brad Buchholz. He was like one of our openers. So he opened the batting and played the whole 50 overs, and did not score his 50.
Oh, shit.
So he was the opposite. I had like the 50 runs off like 18, 15, 17 scoring shots. And he batted for 50 overs, didn't get out, and did not hit his 50. So
that's a funny story, actually. You know Jared Ingold?
The name rings a bell.
I was captaining a third grade side once, and we're playing at Bomaderry, and we batted the whole first day. And he was on he batted the whole day. He was on 85 or something.
Yeah.
We got to the next day, the next week. Usually, as a captain, I'd be like, we're on like 240. We're gonna declare.
Yeah.
We'll declare. We'll bowl. Hopefully, bowl him out, bat again.
Yeah.
I said, you're 15 runs away from a century. I'm not going to take that away from you, but you've got 10 overs to do it. 10 overs, right? It got to the 8th over. He hadn't scored a run yet.
Oh no! How?
And this oval is like concrete. There's no. It's just. It's so fast. Like you just have to like block it, and it will go through. And he just didn't. I know. I declared he was on like 93, and I'm like, mate, sorry, but I told you had 10 overs. But to this day, I regret doing it because like I cost a 16-year-old a century in third grade.
I mean, yeah, you can only give them so much. It's like after a while, you start to like risk actually the game. So
it's just like, what are you doing? Like, just throw the bat at it.
yeah. Don't know. It sounds a bit suspect. A bit like a Handsy Cronje match fixing situation for you there. So
we did win outright, so it was worth it.
There you go. See, should have let the kid get his 100.
I don't know.
You're a dog.
Would have had time. We finished at like 3 o'clock.
You're like, oh well, beers. Oh, sorry, you can't. You're 16. You can't come.
Yeah. No, that's right.
No. Yeah.
What about what are your memories of the old Snagglepussers?
Oh, honestly, I don't remember that much. I remember we played for a few seasons. I remember being like fucking tired because Oztag is
pretty tiring sport, eh?
Yeah. I mainly kind of remember that like isn't where you and Bree kind of kicked off your inevitable romance that bloomed into something a bit long term.
Yeah, you know, MySpace does wonderful things, and my Oztag team just finished it off.
Oh, okay. So you're already planting the seeds on MySpace.
Yeah, of course.
Oh shit, that's so funny. I remember like, so you guys started dating, and then it was all of a sudden it was like, oh, Toto's disappeared. It's like, you know, like the classic thing of like, oh, one of the boys gets a girlfriend, and all of a sudden he like forgets,
I know. I don't really remember it too much, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember. Like, I don't really remember for sure, to be truthfully honest, but probably would have happened for sure.
Yeah. You've blacked it all out, dogging the boys.
I've actually just returned to Oztag.
Oh yeah.
I had the first game last Monday.
Yep.
Still recovering, and I've got to back it up tomorrow. So that's great.
How's it go these days being an athlete? Because the most I ever do is go to the gym and lift weights.
It is very tough. I've just I played soccer last year, or this year, sorry, and like we started preseason on the 5th of January. Our preseason went for close to 4 months, so 12. No, it would have been about 14 weeks was our preseason.
You did a 12-week preseason, so how much are you getting paid
14.
for this sport?
Nothing. And then the season wrapped up September. It's a big season. We trained twice a week, played on the weekends.
Yeah.
It was tough. My knees are really bad, to be honest. No, I just signed up for Oztag because I thought I needed to do something else.
You're like, you know what? My knees are pretty fucked. I might do Oztag. I tell you what.
Guess how many teams are in the Oztag comp? 20. There's 20 teams.
I was about to fucking say 20.
Yeah, so there's 20 teams. Now there's 10 teams in first division and 10 in second.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I joined a team that's in first division, not knowing. And we got pumped last week. These young kids were just literally just like, I couldn't keep up. I was struggling big time. Couldn't catch a cold and learn a tag.
Yeah.
And the girls are so good now because of the league tag down here. The girls are sometimes better than the blokes. Like,
yeah. How's that feel? Because
not good. I got schooled by 3 girls on, like, they were coming straight at me. Wow. 3-on-1. I thought, they're just girls, it'll be fine. Anyway, one of them threw a cutout pass, one of them out, and I'm chasing this other one down the sideline. She puts a kick in, and the other one, it just bounces up to her. She scores a try. I'm just okay, I took that way too lightly.
Yeah. Well, a 3-on-1 is a 3-on-1. Like,
it is, but I did think that I had them for pace.
Yeah, wow. You got definitely put in your place on that one.
An 18-year-old me would have had them, but a 35-year-old going on 36 really struggled.
Yeah.
I quickly subbed off.
You're like, well, fuck, that'll do me. I think we're done here. Yeah, no, I couldn't do like cricket these days, like standing in the field. Like, I was at like a couple concerts, like I did Friday and Saturday, and then like you get like an hour and a half into standing still, and I'm just like, oh my god, my fucking knees.
Yeah. See, I love cricket. I'd play in a heartbeat, but it just takes up too much time. I just don't have the time to do that. Yeah. I played in a 2020 last year, like at the back end of last year, and they made me open the bowling. I hadn't bowled for like, I reckon, a good 6 years.
Yeah, right.
And
so straight
straight open the bowling. I think it was like 2 for 20 off 4 overs. Wow. I remember, and I had to bat at 11. I was like, can I open the batting and not bowl? Because I'm not a very good bowler. Anyway, I opened the bowling and didn't bat. So the next day, I could not get out of bed. I was in that much pain.
Yeah, right.
I was sore in places I didn't even know existed.
Jesus. Yeah. You've changed, man.
It's just, it's got the ice packs on the knees and
yeah.
It's not good.
Going back to indoor, I remember we did play indoor cricket together quite a bit.
And we were good at that too. Like, we had a good side. We had such a gun side.
Yeah.
The Redbacks, I remember.
Yeah. I remember you used to bat with Matt Costa.
Yeah, and then
I was batting with Lloyd.
Yeah, that's right. Me and Matt used to open the batting all the time.
Yeah. But I remember
we used to go good too.
I remember that one season, me and Lloyd like batted together every game, and we had like we'd scored the most runs in the competition. Like our pairing, but we're obviously the same. And then for some reason, because we're like fucking young, and it's like, oh, we had to like, we couldn't just win it together. We couldn't just score the most runs together. We had to split up. So I'm pretty sure the last game of the season, like maybe I batted with you, and then like when Matt batted with Lloyd, and I can't remember.
I bet you we all went shit. I reckon we all would have went shit.
Yeah, I can't even remember who scored the most runs now, but like, you know, it's so funny. Like these days, it would be like, oh, like, you know, we got here together. Let's just do it together. But back then,
do you remember the reps when we played reps?
Yeah. I remember going to Maitland.
Do you remember we drove up? Your mum drove us up that time.
Yeah.
And there was that stupid Volvo that was in the that kept popping up. You probably don't remember this, but
not at all.
You used to carry on about this car for like months after, eh?
Did I?
This Volvo just kept like, we'd overtake it and then it would just pop up in front of us all the time.
Yeah.
I just remember you carrying on about it for like a good probably 5 months after.
Fucking Volvo.
But do you remember playing? Do you remember playing some of the teams there, like Liverpool? And they rocked up and they were like so tall. They had beards, and they were like, they bowled so fast.
Beards.
They had beards. It was like under 14 reps, and we're like, is this legal?
Yeah. No. Check his ID. I remember.
Who did you bat with? Who did you bat with in reps?
I can't remember. I remember like bowling, and so obviously like when you're doing like
bowling. Too.
What? I lost you there. You've gone all. You've gone all slow.
Bowling.
Oh no.
Can.
I've lost you. There you go. Now you're back. I think.
Am I back? Am I back?
Yeah. You went all slow there. Yeah. What were you saying?
Oh, sorry. Oh, I just remember you. I can't remember if it was in reps or just normal, but I remember you had this over that lasted like. Oh, was it you? Maybe it was Simon Polis. I can't remember.
It was Simon. Yeah. Yeah.
And it lasted like 23 balls or something. Yeah. Because he kept bowling it straight into the ground.
And didn't he kept bowling it like wides? Was that what?
Wides and
I think I did that. I did like a thing where like a few times where I just like kept like fucking holding it and I just went straight down sometimes. But
ball it into the ground, yeah. I remember that.
But he kept just bowling like wides or whatever. And he could not pitch it straight. And it was just like it just went forever. Yeah.
Because remember he was a wicket keeper. So your wicket keeper had to bowl. They had to bowl 2 overs. But like he kept trying to bowl so quick. I remember it. He thought he was the quickest bowler in the history of indoor cricket, and it just kept going wide. And it was literally the longest over of cricket in history, I reckon.
Yeah, it was borderline embarrassing. It was ridiculous. It really distracted from my bowling because I remember my bowling run up. It was like, you know, because normally you've got all the room in the world in outdoor cricket to like do your steps, but for some reason when I went to bowling indoor, it was like in my mind I had to have the same amount of steps in my run up. So I end up just doing these tiny little steps, like fucking.
And you couldn't, and your front foot couldn't touch the line, whereas outdoor cricket you can go on the line, but in indoor I can't touch it. You have to be before, and it messed me up a fair bit too.
Yeah, that seems a bit silly to have a difference.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Well, when your umpire's sitting up the top at the other end, it's like, how can they see that? So I can understand that a bit, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. But I had a bit of a twinkle toes run up that didn't really yield any results as far as wickets. But yeah. No,
it was good fun, but
yeah. What was the go like? Because like you'd hit like the back net was like a 6, right, on the full. Am I tripping, or was there like a fucking like trash can like size target?
Me and Maddie literally talked about this. It was actually it was for a free pizza at Aladella. When you played regular indoor cricket, if you hit the pizza sign, you got a free pizza.
Oh shit!
Maddie brought it up, and I'd forgotten about it, but it was definitely one there.
Yeah, I was like, there was a fucking target up there, but I'm like, I could not remember what it was for.
Yeah, that was it. I didn't remember either, but she remembered and reminded me of it.
Yeah, I can't say I ever hit that and got a free pizza. Otherwise, I probably would have remembered it. Yeah. Speaking of like suspect bowling actions, mate, one of the all-time clangers from Jared Roberts, who's featuring quite a bit in this pod.
He is. Yes.
We were playing cricket and he was bowling and he was partial to a full tosser.
Oh, is he gonna remember this?
Yeah, he would fucking remember it to the day he dies. But he like just chucked this biggest full tosser of all time. Went straight down towards this bloke. Now, mind you, this is where it gets interesting. Nobody on the other team was wearing helmets.
Of course they weren't.
Yeah, fucking idiots.
Back then, you didn't have to.
We all did. And yeah, and he had glasses, I think. So he got smacked right in the face, and there's blood everywhere. And it's like, oh shit, because like you're not meant to fucking bowl full tosses.
No, right? Not a beamer.
Especially not at somebody's fucking head. Like it's
without a helmet.
That's interesting about cricket, right? It's like you can target somebody, but you just got to bounce it. Like it's cool to hit someone in the head, but you just got to bounce off the ground first.
Sometimes it's more dangerous. It's more dangerous when the ball comes off the ground because it's going to alternate. Like it's going to divert a different way or go quicker off the surface.
But at the same time, you're not expecting any goof to do a full tosser at your head.
No. Take note, Jared, when you play your next cricket game, mate.
I think he's retired. But yeah.
I think so too.
I was like, fucking blood everywhere.
The first time I ever met Marcel was actually at cricket. He actually played for me when I was a captain of third grade, and it actually brings up a funny story about Marcel. He was also extremely competitive. Probably still is to this day.
He still is with board games.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And he's really good.
Yeah, he is good at that. I remember he was my opening bowler, actually.
Right.
He may not remember the story, but I remember it clearly because it stuck with me. We were playing up at Lyrebird Park, which is like the back, East Nowra.
Right.
Deadheads live there. Anyway.
You could have said Nowra.
Yeah, true. We were playing there anyway. I set a field that was very, very offside. So there was, I think I had one, you have to have one player on the leg side, right? But that one player was at mid-on, so straight.
Yeah.
And I think I might have had a square leg. I can't remember. Anyway, I said to Marcel, this guy, he's gonna, every time you bowl it outside off stump, he's gonna have a go at it. You're gonna get him out edging, right?
Yeah.
Marcel's like, yeah, sweet. I'll just bowl outside off stump. Be fine. I said, mate, you've got no protection on the legs. Don't bowl it on the legs. And he goes, no, I never bowl on the legs. It's fine.
I never bowl on the legs.
I was like, it's good.
Never.
Excellent. Never. First one, the guy played a miss outside off stump. And I looked at him and went, see, it's going to happen. We're on here. We're on.
Yeah.
But wait, the next ball.
Yeah.
He decides to bowl a bouncer at this guy's head down the leg side. This guy absolutely pumps it for 6.
Yeah.
The fine leg. So.
Wow. 6. I mean, a 6. You can't help it, right? That's.
Well, no, but
you get pumped, but the field didn't do that.
He turns to me and he goes, "Mate, I need some protection on the fine leg." That's not the plan. Bowl to the plan.
Yeah. Does he know what a 6 is?
And he goes, looking back at it, I'm like, it wouldn't have done anything anyway because the ball went into the next paddock.
Yeah.
So far away. Anyway.
No.
Next ball, he bowls on the guy's legs. He clips it 4 runs. He goes, I need protection on the legs. I'm like, you're not getting it. Bowl to the plan. Yeah. He was furious, mate. I thought he was going to walk off. I don't know if he's going to remember this, but he was so angry. Anyway, the next ball, he bowls outside off stump. The guy edges it, caught at keeper.
Hey.
And then he's like, in the huddle, he's like, I had him all the time. It was like he just played it like nothing happened.
Yeah. That's so good.
Oh, it was one of the best things ever happened in my cricket.
Well,
I don't know why I remember that. I remember nothing else from that year. Just that one thing with Marcel.
Yeah. Just that one exchange.
Yeah. And then I was just thinking about what we were going to talk about. I was like, oh, I've played cricket with Marcel. I didn't even remember. I forgot about that.
Yeah. That's a classic.
Yeah, it's good. He probably won't remember it, but
yeah. So clearly you had the right read on this guy.
Well, when you play the because what happened was the year before we won the comp when we were 17. We won the comp in 3rd grade. Tom Marcel wasn't there. He wasn't playing. Mitch Rickson was playing.
Yeah.
Brad Madsen, remember Maddo?
Yeah.
He was in the team as well. And we were like the 3 young guys, and all the rest of the blokes were really they were quite older and really, really good. And we won the premiership, and I remember winning the premiership, and we all went out to the Star Hotel after on the way home.
Ooh, treat yourself.
As 17-year-olds, and the guy shut the pub and just treated us to a night out, and we were 17.
Oh fuck yeah, nice.
Yeah, vodka Red Bulls coming out our ears. Back then, that was the go-to. But yeah, I just remember that Marcel story. Yeah, it's funny.
That was a good one. What do you remember about Terrassi? Terrassi was obviously not as long ago, but it's coming up to 10 years.
It is. We need to do it again. I know it's hard to organise, but we do need to do it. I feel like we do.
I mean, it could be a last hurrah because sounds like there's some bodies that are falling apart.
Yeah, I know, but if it's one thing that keeps us together, it's Tarasi and Gidley gang.
Yeah. I think.
See, my thing is that we do a draft day. We need to combine it and have like a draft day, Tarasi day weekend.
Yeah.
Save us organising 2 events. You organise one event on the one weekend, or 2 events on the one weekend.
That's a big weekend.
It's a big weekend.
You know what I reckon you do? You do like Tarasi, you do it before. So you do it first day, and then everybody's so fucked from like basketball that they're just like dead for the draft, and it's just like, oh yeah, yeah, sure, I'll pick Bryce Cartwright in the first round. It's all good.
But in regards to your question, I love the whole Tarasi thing. I missed the first one. The first one was like not really a thing. It was more like a muck around, I guess.
Yeah.
Then the second one we came along.
Don't say that to Chris though, because Chris won. So
yeah, well, sure it's in. It's in the record book, but I sort of skim over it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And then we came along. Pretty dominant that first year, I think.
Yeah. I think I don't recall us losing a single game.
No.
I think we won every game.
Pretty close to not actually getting us scored on either, but I can't remember. No, I'm sure we got baskets scored on us.
And I don't know why, because I haven't really played any basketball.
My memories of you playing basketball as a kid is us in your front yard and you constantly telling me to watch for the shack attack as you double dribble the ball and shoot and miss. That was That was it.
Yeah, always be traveling, that's
just your Toronto Raptors ball that you probably don't even know where it came from. Yeah. And just the shack attack.
I love the Toronto Raptors.
Yeah.
After Jurassic Park came out, I was like, fuck, Raptors are cool. It's like, oh, it's a basketball team named after him? Fuck yeah.
Nice.
Really aging myself with that reference.
That's all right.
But so
Tarasi. But then we won again the next year, didn't we?
Yeah, we did back to back.
We did one next. It was a bit tougher though.
I just feel like the second year, I'm like, I wasn't as good. The second year, I think I was the first year I scored a lot of like buckets. It was kind of like more 50-50 scoring, and then the second year, I reckon it would have been like you would have scored 80% of the points. And I was like just running defense / illegal blocking.
We had Vaughn refereeing. There was nothing illegal.
Yeah. I often bring up with Kyle the fact that I put him on his ass a couple times. There wasn't anything super intentional, but it was definitely a foul.
There was some intent there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Kyle's got a face. You just want to fucking put the shoulder into it.
Only a mother would love.
Yeah.
And then Kyle decided to bring in. I reckon he did it on purpose so that we wouldn't win a three-peat.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one of the all-time clangers.
But we did make the final. It wasn't like we weren't in that game. We were in that game. Actually, did you play that first one? You didn't play.
No. So I
partnered with Rhett. Yeah,
because I was in Melbourne, and it was because I think we did 3 years in a row.
We did. I think we did 4 actually.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Because you came back and I partnered up with you.
Yeah. But no, you're with Rhett. So Rhett subbed in for the cross-court violators, which that was great name.
It was a great name. Yeah. And we did 2.0 and then back to original.
But yeah, I think by the time we got to Milton Showgrounds, it was just the magic had gone. So
it's not the same. And actually, the court down at Brewer Lake is shit now. They've changed it.
Yeah, right.
We wouldn't do it back there again.
What's wrong with it? How did they make it worse? It was just a fucking square with a.
They took the hoop away and they moved. They put a new one on, but they put it up heaps high so no one can hang off it. So it's extra high. You can barely shoot in it. It's so bad.
So it's not regulation.
It's not regulation. No.
What's the fucking point?
I did put in a complaint to council, but nothing happened.
I fucking love that. I love that you've complained to the council about it. Just don't have a net on it.
doesn't have a net, but it's
no,
high.
people are just hanging off the hoop, right?
Yeah. What was I going to say? Something else that we used to do, like not so much structured sport, but like me and you, like we used to play backyard cricket every weekend, like literally every weekend.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't backyard cricket, it was front yard cricket. Like it was something.
Yeah, I think in 99% of the time it was backyard cricket.
Yeah, and your dad used to hate it.
It's like, fuck, just let me have fun, mate. I'm playing as Ricky Ponting, Addy.
Yeah, that's right. We used to take turns picking players and then being those players. That was the great. That was
draft the proper players,
mate. Best times.
And yeah, I really had to channel the skill of Gidley. That was back when I could name like 20 cricketers who were just Australian off the top of my head. Now I couldn't name fucking 6 cricketers across all the countries.
Really?
I mean, Steve Smith. But I haven't watched a test match in forever. Steve Smith, Warner.
I mean,
they're probably both at their end, right?
I could name the test team. I could name the batting lineup.
I could name Stark.
So it'd be Warner. In the one dayers, there's Warner, Travis Head, Steve Smith, Marnus Labuschagne.
Rabbit? Yeah.
Cameron Green.
Head's the captain, right?
No, Pat Cummins.
Okay.
Yep.
There you go. Yeah.
And Matthew Wade is captain of the 2020s.
No Wade.
God.
Shocking.
Yeah.
So. Oh, fuck. There you go. Yeah. Those were some good stories.
Oh, man. Some great stories. I think I would like to put it out there to everyone else to give us something else to talk about. Like, is there something else that, like, a topic?
We should have put this at the start of it because nobody's still here anymore. So everybody's.
We can put it in there. We can put it in the comments.
Yeah.
Must watch to the end.
It's highly unlikely. It's so unlikely. We've probably been going chatting shit for an hour by now. I don't know.
Yeah, that's all right. But actually, probably I'd like to see the next topic brought up by someone else because then we could just talk shit about anything.
Well, I was actually I was listening to a bloke in a bar. Shout out to the other podcast champions, and they had like a podcast on Friday with this other podcast called Bloody Brilliant Beers, and
sounds good.
It's a couple of like young blokes, and they just go to the Caxton Hotel and like film their podcast, and they just talk about sports and beers and shit like that. And then like I was like, oh yeah, these guys are alright. And like I listened to the latest episode, and it's like sporting kind of themed, and they were all just talking about their sporting like memories from when they were kids, and like they were a bit fresher because these guys are probably like early 20s. So, yeah, I think they had a bit more recollection of the stories, like the dementia hasn't taken hold yet, or the CTE. But I was like, fuck yeah, that's a good idea for a little chin wag.
Yeah, absolutely. When you told me, I was like, shit, yeah. I went down memory lane big time.
Yeah. There's probably stuff that there's probably something we'll get off, and I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot about that story.
Yeah.
At some 100%. Point, I was like, I should write these down. But
didn't.
No, it hasn't happened. It's kind of sporting related, but do you remember when Billy Betts used to like film because like all these little like short skits?
Yes, I remember.
It was like him, Erwin, and as a party.
I remember.
Yeah. And there was one where they were up at Lighthouse Oval, and Erwin was in the goals, and Billy was taking a shot, like penalty shootouts, and so the clip, he's like running up, and he absolutely belts it, and it just goes skyward, like way past the goals into the bush, and then it cuts to like as a party, just like going for a jog through the fucking bush, and next thing the soccer ball goes out of the sky and smacks me in the head. So for fuck's sake. Oh, it's a fucking classic.
Oh man.
There's got to be a version of it out on the internet somewhere in like 240p.
But for sure, you'd probably find it.
MySpace, unless it's been scrubbed, you know.
I think it's dead.
Yeah, it's just like fucking classic. It was like real life man getting hit by football. So it was a goodie.
I remember one day after like the boys played soccer. I remember that Brett and Billy used to play soccer together.
Mm.
And I remember one day Brett came the next day, and he was like, he had stitches like across his eyebrow because he'd been kicked in the head the night before, and he's like at school with like his black eye, stitches. He's still got blood like running down his eye.
What, like on a night out or something?
No, like from playing soccer.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He got belted playing soccer one night, and then just rocked up at school the next day, just like with stitches, a little bit of blood, black eye.
It was Jared practicing his fucking roundhouse kick again.
He's roundhouse kicking.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So, all right. Well, shit. That feels like a good place to call it there. So
I reckon.
Yeah. All right.
Give us something else to talk about next week.
Yeah. We'll try to make it a regular thing, and get into some more topics. So, I think
who doesn't want to listen to us talk shit for an hour?
We'll soon find out.
We'll soon see. Yeah.
It might just be us catching up and become less podcast structured. But
we'll just talk about the week that was.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Talk about the latest happenings in Palestine, in Gaza.
Well, actually, we used to watch WWE religiously as kids.
Yes.
Together.
Yes.
I watched the pay-per-view today actually.
Oh yeah.
Not as good as what it used to be, but
no.
We used to watch that all the time.
Yeah. That's sports entertainment, dude. The matches are predetermined.
Yeah, but not as it was still good quality.
Yeah.
Back then it was. Now the problem now is that they tell you what the schedule is like 4 weeks in advance. So like you know what's going to happen because this guy's scheduled to be the champion in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
But back then it wasn't like that. You literally were surprised at every outcome.
Yeah, it's a naivety to being young. And there's also like so much information out there on the internet now. So I think part of it is like I've kind of been off and on it and stuff. And I think part of it is like speculating. And there's like, it's obviously like stuff doesn't always come out to be true. But like you're very much just kind of going along with it and like suspending your disbelief. So.
It was like they had all these rumors about Punk coming back and he didn't come back, and that's the only reason why I watched it, and I was very disappointed at the end. It's like I was wasted 3 hours of my time.
I fucking never go back there. So, and then he went to AEW and he just created issues. So
yeah, but you wouldn't want to be like if you followed it, you didn't want to miss it. You know what I mean? Like if it happened.
I missed it. I can't with WWE. They've run me too many times. But yeah. All right, cool. We'll leave it there. Great chatting, Tods. Let's do it again soon.
Always fun. Yeah, 100%.
All right, cool. Later, mate.
See you, mate.
Thank you all, listeners. Bye.